10 animals that will make you feel frightened. There are many lovely, peaceful animals in this world, but there are also some strange, unsettling, and frightening species that nature has produced. Learn more about them with us. Myanmar snub-nosed monkey. The scientific community just learned about this uncommon primate in 2010, although hunters and people in northern Burma were aware of it for a long time. They even gave it names like monkey with its face turned up or in woe, depending on the local dialect of the region where it often resides. When you come face to face with this monkey, despite the fact that it appears to be the most attractive, fuzzy, and endearing primate of the Burmese jungle, you will flee in panic. Its peculiar nostrils give it a terrifying appearance of the devil himself. Along with its terrible nose, it has a prominent snout, giving it a completely ordinary and even alien appearance. If you look at the funny side, you might even believe that a plastic surgery procedure used too much on it. Making eye contact with this opulent ape can be unsettling because of its eyes, which are entirely dark. Before exploring the forest, take a sip of water since you might run into one of these. The Goliath tigerfish. Don't ever step on a river again, since this fish will traumatize you in addition to frightening you. The Goliath tigerfish is one of the world's biggest and scariest animals. Males average 70.86 inches in length, or almost as long as an adult person, and females measure 27.5 inches. Are you afraid? At first sight, there appears to be more. Despite having formidable jaws that may threaten anyone, this creature's enormous eyes, which give it excellent eyesight, are what most frighten people. Additionally, it is capable of sensing low-frequency vibrations from nearby prey. This dreadful fish has a propensity to roam around its prey in an attempt to stalk them before viciously striking. Being a Goliath tiger's strike nearly as effective as or more potent than a traditional piranha's. Its mouth contains 32 teeth in all, which are frighteningly pointed like knives. Purple frog. One of the most disgusting and horrible species of amphibian exists today. It was first discovered 15 years ago in India, notably in the renowned Western Ghats or Sahyadri Mountains in the year 2003. It has a hideous appearance due to its enormous body and small skull. Even just seeing it standing makes you want to vomit because it is so repulsive. Its strange appearance is rather horrifying. These frogs would never be considered nice by anyone, and they would never be kept in gardens or even played with in the local park. The purple frog has dazzling yellow eyes that are so small they would be nearly invisible to a human with myopia. One of this species' most distinctive features is its unusual nose. If this frog chooses to touch you with it or sniff you, it would be among the most repulsive and terrible things you'd ever do. Therefore, take great caution when visiting India because it wouldn't be memorable at all to come back with one of these disgusting, scaly, and cold-skinned frogs on your body. We've all been warned. Goblin shark. One of the strangest and most remarkable species that nature has to offer is the shark. In addition to this lavish feature, it has a large nose that gives us a peculiar, almost unrealistic appearance. The deadly jaws of the goblin shark can open while swimming forward because to its free-moving mouth. It initially gives off the impression that it is detached from its body, giving it a distinctly gruesome appearance. This jaw is made up of several teeth. Each of them was frontally placed and had a long, pointed shape akin to the famous electric saw used by Jason Voorhees. It's absolutely terrifying because it's a rare and dangerous species. It is clear that it lives in the ocean's depths, at a depth of around 4,490 feet, where it typically lives and hunts fish, crabs, and other marine life. Its protruding nose did more than only set it apart from other marine creatures. It also has sensitive and potent electroreceptors, giving it the biological capacity to detect electrical impulses and navigate the frightful ocean. Poodle moth. Arthur Anker found this extraordinary and unusual species of moth in 2009. This discovery was made during his visit to Venezuela's Gran Sabana National Park. This South American moth will give you the worst nightmares of your life if you find common moths to be horrifying. Its intimidatingly large, dark eyes could lead you to believe that it is keeping a creepy eye on you at all times. This bug has other intriguing and flamboyant features besides its eyes. Their antennae resemble long brushes, the same ones that give its shaggy head a quite peculiar appearance. The poodle moth is an adorable monstrosity in the eyes of the researcher and Dr. Klaus Schuker. It's highly possible that he said this because of the body's total hairiness, diminutive size, and appearance of an alien animal. This insect has 4 hair-covered wings on each side. When they are expanded, they take on a really unique and mystical appearance. Its 6 legs provide it the stability and strength to support itself on any surface while only weighing a modest amount. Therefore, avoid touching your face or head with it. Seeing this odd insect on top of you could be a terrible experience. Brazilian treehopper. If you considered insects to be truly awful, you will feel as though you never want to see one of this species in your life. One of the most disagreeable, odd, and unsettling insects in nature is the Brazilian treehopper. Its big head appears to be well protected. The most intriguing aspect of its menacing appearance is its antennas, which are formed of 5 hairy little spheres that protrude in all directions and have the shape of a helicopter. Its intimidatingly huge eyes may be compared to terrifying mirrors in which you would never want to catch a glimpse of yourself. It has 2 quite substantial wings that guard its abdomen from the weather of the Brazilian rainforest. If you're a sensitive person, its alien appearance can make you want to throw up. Blue dragon. Dragons are frequently associated with strength, bravery, and horror. Given that the blue dragon only measures between 1 to 1.57 inches in length, it is challenging to describe it with those kinds of terms. This diminutive and peculiar species typically exhibits chilly hues like blue light, blue, and white. It has 6 protruding appendages that spread out like rays around its body. The blue dragon, which is categorized as a sea slug, contains a feature called a radula, which is typical of mollusks in that area. It scrapes its food with the help of its tiny sword-shaped teeth. Because this species is hermaphrodite, it has both male and female genital organs, which is quite unsettling. Giant isopod. It's perfectly normal for an insect to make us feel repulsed and disgusted, but you should be aware that crustaceans can also do this. The relative of the giant squid, the gigantic isopod is one of the largest and most fearsome marine animals, the renowned crab. This species stands out from the rest of the family the most because of its enormous size, which can reach 19.68 feet. This crustacean is regarded as one of the ocean's earliest species. The chilly waters of the Atlantic Ocean, where this species usually resides, may contain it. If you ever decide to take up diving, it would be a good idea to be ready because coming face to face with a massive isopod could be the most exciting and terrifying event of your life. It wouldn't be enjoyable at all to stare into those large gray eyes. The distribution of its exoskeleton across its head, thorax, and belly gives it a distinctive, possibly even ancient appearance. Its 14 legs and pair of antennas are its most obnoxious and menacing features. It would be wise to avoid diving too deep because you can encounter thousands of these dreadful crustaceans there. Cereal leaf beetle. One of the most dreadful and inconvenient pests of global agriculture is this insect. They are frequently observed in Europe and Asia, but they can now be found in America. It's one of the creepiest insects on the globe because of its appearance. It typically reproduces once a year in the warmer months. It has a strange and disgusting appearance due to its small black head and 6 legs, but what is even more repulsive is its larva stage, when it is still a worm. It frequently contracts the Tetratus Julius wasp infection, which leaves its larva within this tiny bud and gives it the unsettling appearance of a walking incubator. After this, you probably won't want to go among the crops in Europe looking for one of these insects. Blobfish. This fish will give you nightmares from another world in addition to making you feel ill like you've never felt before. One of those creatures that makes you wonder what happened here and whether this is actually happening is the blobfish. You won't want to go back into the sea again since it's completely genuine, but don't worry, it only dwells in the deepest regions of the oceans off the coasts of Australia and Tasmania. The fact that it is an invertebrate species, explaining why it appears to be made of jelly, is one of its most remarkable features. When its body rises to the surface, it spreads in an unsightly and repulsive manner. This occurs as a result of a difference in pressure between deep waters and the surface. They can grow to a length of around 11.81 inches and eat small crustaceans that live in deep waters. The frightening part of this picture isn't only that it can deflate like a balloon, it's also the humanoid aspect it takes when it emerges from the sea. It has 2 tiny eyes and a nose that is prominent and resembles our nose. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and activate notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. See you in the next adventure of Dreamer.